Now, before I get ready to relax for the rest of the day, after providing two other nice YouTube content for you people, hi, it's your guy. Wears 3 layers of a coat because the Canadian cold is bullshit. Here to talk to you about something beautiful. I am here to tell you about my love for guitar. And this video has no sort of extra thing to it, as the light outside tends to get a little brighter as I'm about to talk about something I'm passionate about. My guys, I'm about to tell you about my love for the guitar. Now, back when I was a kid, I would always look in the Sears catalogs and look at the music instrument section and be like, wow, that stuff's really cool. My mom used to listen to some good music growing up. She still listens to good music. My late father, he also listened to some pretty good tunes. They had a wide variety of music that they liked. And I always loved music. Listening to it. As a matter of fact, cut to a young Devin. Approximately 28 years ago, because I'm going to be 29 soon. My mom would put on The Fox and the Hound. And at the end of the movie, which was my favorite part back then, you heard the song That's What Friends Are For by Dionne Warwick, which heavily influenced my life. I live my life by my friends, and I love my friends. And my friends outside of YouTube, they know who they are. I love them because that's what friends are for. Keep shining. Seriously, listen to that song. If you haven't listened to Dionne Warwick, That's What Friends Are For, you ain't living, friend. But I always wanted to have some way to be making music at any point in time. So, cut a little further in life. I starting band class because in Canada, around grade 3, grade 4, we get the recorders. The worst way to introduce someone to music, by the way. Sure, you're just introducing to someone with a wind instrument, but it's the most annoying wind instrument. If you're going to introduce kids to instruments right away, and coming from a guitar player, introduce them to piano. Because you learn the piano, you're set. You learn the piano, you can apply what you know on the piano to everything else. I have been playing guitar for 16 years, but learning the piano, which they did not have in grade school, by the way, until I went back to the public school. I went to Catholic school from grade 4 to grade 7. There was just woodwinds, there was brass, there was drums, like not even like full drum kit. Like stand-up bass drums, snare drums, and hanging toms. You know, I'm not going to be the little drummer boy at an old Catholic school, I tell you. Until I went to the other Catholic school. There was a Catholic school that used to exist. I'm not giving its name, because y'all ain't fucking doxing me that much. And they had a bass guitar. And this was the first time I kind of clued in somehow that I wasn't going to play right-handed instruments. Because it just felt awkward. I was trying to play bass guitar, but I tried playing bass guitar after I tried the drum kit. And I always noticed with the drum kit that my right leg would always kind of cramp up when I was trying to use the kick. The kick, which ended up going later in life because I learned how to use the kick properly. And yes, I can play drums still. That I'm just putting that out there. I'm not gonna be anybody's drummer though. I'd much rather play guitar. So go on to that from that school. I go back to another school and I sat there and I they stuck me on drums again. Yeah, it was basically whiplash, but with a really good looking teacher, I tell you. Um, but then I went to piano. The following year, however, the following year, I had finally gotten a guitar. My buddy Mike, had a left-handed Strat copy that he had offered to me for $50, which is a steal. And I still thank him to this very day. I don't have that guitar now, and I miss that guitar. That guitar means a lot to me. It was a J Twister Strat that I had modded my first kill switch in and everything when I was 14 years old. But I had that guitar for a couple years before that. So I finally had the guitar. I was the guitar dream was realized. I could finally sit down to System of a Down, Hypnotize, the first song I learned how to play, by the way, because System of a Down really touched me deep. And I learned how to play Hypnotize by System of a Down, first song, which is probably going to be, excuse me, a song I'm going to cover here at some point. I should. Because I love that song so much. It's actually still to this day one of my favorite songs to play. But then I just dove deep into it. I was addicted to Yu-Gi-Oh. I was playing games. A lot of games. Like this is around the time of the Jack trilogy for the PS2. This is around the time of the God of War. Like this is around the time of like some Final Fantasies that were really good too. And then I just got the guitar, and the guitar just changed everything for me. I babysat for this guitar too. My cousin Brandon. I got $50. I used the rest of my money on Light of Destruction pack Yu-Gi-Oh cards at a Giant Tiger. But the rest of the money was in that guitar. I'm just reminiscing because sometimes when I bring this up, you just kind of get a flashback and you remember the good times you had with stuff before you were an adult and before the crushing reality of adulthood comes slapping you barehanded in the face. Okay, fucking. So, ever since then, I have always had the same approach to guitar. I want to learn the most difficult music I can, not for the challenge, but because of how fun it seems. Because the more fun the guitar gets for me, the more I love it. The more difficult something gets, the more of a challenge it is, and it makes me want to play it. Because it just stared me dead in the face that there is a song out there that hits me so hard that I want to do whatever I can to play it. That's how this goes for me. Or the song is like really vibey and it makes me want to play it. Or the song has a very good like melody on a synthesizer that makes me want to play it, or the instrumental is banging in general that makes me want to play it, or the rap song is good that makes me want to play it. Like literally, music itself just feeds into me. It makes me want to play it because I hear some stuff and it inspires me in a way. From the music of the games I was playing growing up, not sure where that came from. Um, from the music I was playing growing up, from the movies I've watched growing up, and loving the music to everything, including on the TV shows, the classics, even some musicals. Like, music just makes me want to love it more. And the more I love it, the more I want to play guitar or want to make music. And that is 100% why I love music, fellas. This is just me getting mushy and sentimental about playing guitar because guitar is my favorite way to connect to the music. It just puts me in a state that makes me think of something from Bleach. I know I'm bringing an anime into this, but there is a point in Bleach where they bring up this swordsman's clash and how when something really intense happens, when something really exhilarating happens, time tends to slow down a little bit. Time tends to slow down a little bit while you're living in the moment. And while you're living in the moment, something is happening, but you're enjoying it. It just makes you feel alive. It is called the Swordsman's Clash. And when I play guitar, time slows down for me. My brain processes a lot of things really fast. And guitar makes a second for me feel like 12 seconds. And when that is spent, when the second becoming 12 becomes something I enjoy a lot, it makes every second worth it. It's really poetic because that's how I live in life, making every second to myself worth it somehow, mentally, physically, and emotionally. I love you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe for more vlogs, more storytime content, more everything content because it doesn't just land on this stuff most days.